Third one, Pratyahara. Pratyahara, it's withdrawal of the senses. We'll read it first. By withdrawing the senses from the external field of objective awareness to the field of inner reality, the mind is able to perceive the inner experiences and realize the subtle personality. In normal conditions, the mind is diffuses in its quest for material happiness. Material, maybe materialistic, you might say. It is the nature of the mind to be extrovert, to run after attractions and pleasures of the world. Vast amount of energy are utilized in external pursuits that leave the mind fragmented and drained. In order to conserve and harmonize the mental force, the yogic aspirant channels the mental and sensory tendencies of his personality towards inner awareness and experience. Normally, the mind follows the senses. In Pratyahara, the senses are made to follow the mind. When mastery over the sensory organs is attained through Pratyahara, the mental energies can be redirected for the awakening of chakras and kundalini. That's one of the very important points here, and I kind of touched about it before, but it's very nicely summarized. So here, we have this, explaining you that we have this, all the mental tendencies, and the way the mind designed. The mind are designed to figure out formulas or figure out this solution for something, kind of, but it's all, so the mind cannot give you something which not exist. I'm trying to say. And majority of people who do, for example, art, they never tell you, I invented, this painting and I decided to draw it. They tell you that they been given this. So they've been given this poetry that coming through the mind, or it's come to them in a dream, or they saw it somewhere and give them this image. And I can say through, for example, my science life or artistic life, for example, writing poem, I never like invented it intentionally. I have it been given and I just had to write it down, so that's how it works, and it shows you that the mind itself, it's only can digest what it already has. So that's why it's constantly in the search for some new information. So we using our organs to look outside, sensory, hearing, eyes, and so on. And we're trying to reinterpret it with information we already stored in our life or whatever throughout. So the mind actually cannot, and that's a very big misconception, many people who are very materialistic, especially like in the science community, they think that your mind is amazing and you can invent something or you can figure out something new, but no, you can't. If you've been given something, this is algorithms, how your mind gonna work, So it's good to practice this to get different aspects, but you never get something new or see the more enlightenment, bigger picture. But in yoga practice, when we're switching off the sensors and we calming down the mind, and then we start hearing the other sources of intelligence that come into us. Because our mind, there's a different words of analyzing the data, but apart from this, we also have intelligence, and we have other aspects of our mind, like memories and so on, which often we don't get access to. And we also have intuition, and we also have connection to the source, which some call it Akasha records or something like that. So what is this? This is something that you remember but you never get access to. Probably could be something that gets stored in you initially from all your evolutionary input. Something like the birds that migrating, how they know the bird was born there. She never knew that she has to fly across the ocean to the other part of the world for migration. So she's just a chick. Nobody explained her. I don't think like her mother explained her, you have to in the end of the winter, whatever, you have to pick up your wings and then fly through the ocean, and then don't go left, go right, and after this island you will turn left. So they don't do this. They have it instinctively. What is this? It's something that comes through your life, through evolution. If you biologist, you can understand like that. But in yoga, we know that we're just connecting, we're just hearing those other sources, your self, I, and so on. So here, Pratyahara, it's the very first stage when you learn to not be driven by outside sounds and visions or whatever, and your mind not get distracted constantly by this, like your monkey mind, but you start hearing the source of true information. And it's not just about your deep wishes and desires, which you do start hearing from that, but it's also about any other information in the world, because everything else you can access through yourself, through the deep practice of yoga. And I hope you will. Hari Om.